Hi, Mr. Prince. Okay. What even is here? Team Arena. Good old Team Arena. Hi, Matthew. Hi, X-Pro. Hi, Zuhair. Boy, I'm kind of curious about using Tesla versus Ultima now. Hi, Aaron. Hi, Crozy. Wait a minute. Is that right? My power doesn't seem right. I messed around with all my artifacts, and now I don't know what I've got. It seems accurate. Thanks, Crozy. It's hot, so I have to cut my hair and be less hot. I don't know what they're thinking with this Verthandi, but what it means... Hi, Zoids. Hi, Christian. What it means is that you can save your 8,000 gems, and you can get away with about 8,500 gems to buy all the good stuff. Because if you skip the 3,000 one, that's okay too. What in the world? What is going on here? What is going on here? Hi, Roses. Hi, Bomber Boy. Thanks. What am I even fighting? I'm fighting a friend's boss. Jeez. Oh, I wish I could hit this. No, I can't hit this. Hi, BFS boss. Yeah, there's a few people with multiple phoenixes. Like, I guess that's really scary. But I can't even imagine, because look at me, I've only got one. Next event is only trash. Well, wheel event is still really good resources, so it's always worth it to pull that. Oops. 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 Zuhair, those are some really good early 6 stars. BFS boss Zuhair's our wheel event is always worth it. It's always worth it. Like, you can, you know, if you spin it right, you're looking at millions and millions of gold and purple. Bomber Boy, that's kind of worth it, but really, 2,000 gems is a lot. If you can spare 2,000 gems and still do well in Secret Treasure next week, then by all means do it. I mean, remember that Miracle will be next week too. Not next week, but next week. I said hi, X-Pro. Wait, Zuhair, I'm gonna stop you right there. Don't make the Walnir. You really don't need Walnir. You already have Minotaur and Rillia. You definitely don't need a Walnir. But the Luna is good. Do I think they'll put a top tier in Miracle Eyes next week? No. Nine-star Verthandi over 8-star Lindbergh? I think that's going to depend on the rest of your team. If your whole team is 9 stars, I think Lindbergh does better. However, remember that, you know, 8 stars, he is going to be squishy. Centaur is good. My only problem... Oh. By the way. Matthew, no. Buy the star shards first. Kenneth, the reason that you don't see me do this on stream is because, like, this one, I can't do it on stream. This one, I'd rather wait and get the alchemy for free. Grand Summon, I have to wait for my time to be up. Like, I have to wait for this timer to be up, this 24-hour timer. And then, yeah, so I can't finish this on stream. Hi, Demonio. Bomber Boy, always 320. So what I was gonna say is that I finally put all my gear together, and I finally made a third set of red 4-star. So right now, Phoenix has it. Where is it? Mars has one, and Monkey King has one. So I have 3 sets of 4-star orange gear, and I'm really happy about that. It added about 5,000 power, nothing amazing. Kenneth, let's see. They're not making a 10-star Olivia, so you don't need to worry about that. Of those 4 people, I would not food Centaur or Vedrasir. Thanks, Breeze. 10-star Lindbergh or Reaper? Probably Lindbergh, unless you have a Mars, in which case I'd probably wait for Mars. You told me it was a good idea to do what? I mean, I'm not going to say that buying the Verthandi from King's Order is a good idea. It's not a terrible idea. And really, if you can afford to wait, I would rather wait. 9-star Minotaur is great early on. Michael, I don't know about you, but everybody's got to fuse gear 3 times a day. You have to do it for the daily quest, so... Should you buy Luna for souls? Yes. Yes, buy Luna for souls. Oh my god, I am so broke. And this right here is exactly why the wheel event is so good, because I'm 1000% broke right now. Michael, I only hoard below purple 2-star. I'm still broke. I mean, selling all this is still gonna get me nowhere. But I save these because if I'm too broke to fuse anything, I can always fuse purple 2-stars. Take it easy, X-Pro. Thanks for stopping in. Kenneth, honestly, for early accounts, buying shards is a good idea. I don't know about 150 gems worth. I mean, you gotta take stock of your own gems, and if you can afford the 150 without hurting yourself too badly, then it's worth it. I don't even know why they put in secret treasure. I haven't recovered from the last secret treasure. That's kind of ridiculous to me. Should you make a 6-star Heaven's Judge? For fodder, yes. Zoids, you have 10 days. If you buy 9 tokens every single day from now until the event, plus a few from Planet Trial here and there, you will be able to make it. Also, remember that they do give you 5 for free every single day. Walnir, Medusa, Freya, Skuld, Dro, Saw, Ultima. Which is the last 2 is better? I mean, Ultima is better than Saw in pretty much all cases. In 99% of cases, Ultima is going to do better. But your damage is a little bit low. Your damage is okay, actually. Dro is good damage, Medusa is okay damage, Freya is good damage. Skuld, unfortunately, does not do damage. Hi, me. No, you didn't miss much. So here is the problem then, is that I am just so broke. Oops. I don't know what to, like, can I afford the wheel tokens? I think I can. I think if I buy wheel tokens, I'll still be... I mean, I can already finish. I'd like to finish twice, but that's not happening. So I'm more... I need this gold so badly. I don't really need the purple, but I need the gold because right now I really need to work on runes for... I gotta work on Tesla's rune. And eventually I'm gonna have to work on Valkyries. And also someday I'll have to work on Skulls, and I just have no money at all. Bomber Boy, maybe? I don't know. I kind of want to play Pokemon. Actually, I want to play Catherine. So I'll have to think about it. Michael, I made this Tesla on Friday? I just made it. Just in time for Legion. Hi Hamilton, doing pretty good. Phoenix, Hester, Luna, Tesla, Freya, Verthandi 9. The only thing that matters is that that Phoenix is in front. After that, it really doesn't matter. Play with it and see who you need to stay alive. Hester, probably I would put in the front 3rd spot because she's the flimsiest, or like the weakest, and then after that probably Tesla in the 6th spot. Breeze, I don't understand what's up with desynchronization. If it's not desynced now, I don't see why it is. I can ask YouTube why that's happening, because that's very weird. Lee Donda, you should always do the wheel event. Always. I couldn't even tell you, Michael. All I know is I used him in Legion, and I don't think that I didn't watch any of my fights. Oh my god, my damage is so bad. Sometimes I do 9 million, sometimes I do 3 million. I don't understand like what the difference is. Look at this, 3 million. Sometimes I do 9. But it's like, it's ridiculous how much disparity there is. And I can't afford the gems to do 4 hits every single time. And to be honestly, I almost foddered Tesla ages ago. This is the Tesla that I've had. This is the same Tesla that I had my very first 6-star. But I kept him all this time. Never foddered him. And finally leveled him. And I don't know. He's just there. I don't really intend to do much with him until he's maxed. I mean, he's better than Vivienne for Expedition, so... Or he's better than Vivienne for, like, Legion and stuff, so might as well. God, what is it gonna take for me to get this last... Which guild? Arson? Hi, doggies. Arson stopped placing #1 when we stopped paying money. If you consider how much money people are still spending in the game, I mean, here, look at this. Can I show you their team? Oh, I can't show you their team. If you look at Spiritus and you see how many... No, come on. Can I see Spiritus? Have they joined? They haven't joined yet. Mackenzie, I think Skuld is better if the rest of your team is stronger. Okay, I can't show you now. But if you look at Spiritus and you look at how many people in Spiritus all have Phoenix, Valkyrie, and Dro, and Shude, look at that set of 4. If you look at how many people they have on their list that have it, it's gonna be probably 10 out of 15 people have it. Versus on GT1, 2 people. So we can win if we have a fluke, but 90% of the time we're gonna get wrecked by just the pure number of people they've got with high level teams. Andrew, it's Wheel. Wheel never had a good hero. Wheel has always been a pretty terrible hero. So that's fine. I mean, it's okay to have a bad hero for Wheel. You're not pulling for the hero. You're hopefully pulling for a diamond key and a ton of resources. That's the goal. Tons of resources. But, I mean, it's fodder. Orpheus fodder. It's always worth it to pull. Wheel is always worth it to pull. But again, only if you can finish it, because moonstones. How many tokens is diamond key? You need 400 pulls, so 320 tokens for a diamond key. I never know what to pick in this case. I'll take speed. How to win Gran Legion? You just gotta bet on a side, and if that side wins. So what Gran Legion is it takes the 20 highest people in Legion in the entire cluster and puts them against each other in 2 5v5s. You'll be able to bet on which side wins, and it's 2 rounds. Each round is like 2 days, and then 1 day of betting, and then another 2 days of the fight. And then if you win your bet, you get the Okay, so just by betting, you get the participation reward. It's worth it. If you spend 1,200 gems buying arena tokens just to bet in Gran Legion, it's worth it. You come out positive. If you win the bet, you come out super positive. And that's all there is to it. Always try to keep like 200 arena tokens on hand to bet in Gran Legion if possible. Mackenzie, probably after Ruby, I'm gonna play Ultra Moon. I think that's my next game. Rohit, are you locking your quests? If you lock a quest, like, oh, whoops, like here, if I have one and you lock it without putting heroes on it, you don't get another one to replace this. Like, so I get 7 a day. If I lock this and let it go for 22 hours, I will only get 6. So you cannot lock quests without assigning heroes to them, or else you will get less tavern quests. If you're locking like 6 and 7 stars because you don't have the heroes to do it, at some point you're just gonna have to either you're gonna have to give them up, or you're gonna have to make sure you do them. Always, you cannot leave them like that. That's all. The best thing to buy with $15 is probably the monthly card, because it's slightly too low for any of the good packages. So you might as well buy the monthly card. I mean, monthly card really is the highest value in the game. It doesn't feel like it because you get stuff so slowly, but in terms of diamonds per dollar, it's the best thing you can get. Hold 1 sec, I'm gonna turn on a fan. It's still hot. Michael, he said he already bought that. So if you regularly are buying like this wheel token or this arena token in the shop like every single day, as well as buying them for gold in the planet trial shop, you will put together quite a bit. It also depends on how active you are in Legion and all that. I spend probably 20 to 30 tickets per week in Legion, but I've put together 364. Hi, Maged? I'll just say Alam. So I'm planning to use 200 of these to bet in Gran Legion. So if you look at what you get just for betting, you get 800 gems, 2 million gold, 5 million gold, 10 gold keys, and 1500 rune dust. Like, the net value of that is, I don't know, 2,500, 3,000 gems. And so, you're spending, if you were to buy these slowly over time, oops, not here, it would cost you dang it, it would cost you 1,200 gems to buy 100 tickets. And so to spend 1,200 to get, you know, 3,000 gems and stuff back, with the chance of getting an extra, what, an extra 1,200 gems and a 5-star? 50% chance. Well worth it. Adrian, you pretty much always want to speedrun on Phoenix. By having Phoenix go first, it means that he gives energy to somebody else that's slower than him, which takes advantage of... Okay, let me rephrase that. Phoenix wants speedrun more if you're going to be using star shards on other people. If Phoenix has star shards or other faster people have star shards, then Phoenix will give those people energy to let them fire again, because he'll be slower than them. Or if he has star shards, you need him to be faster than everyone else. So pretty much he needs to have a speed rune so that you can mess around with his position in your team and see who he can give. What are star shards? In the moon shop, you can see this artifact right here. This is the best thing to buy with moonstones. This gives you energy. At max level, it gives you 50 energy. What this means is that this person gets to fire their skill on the very first turn. So if Phoenix fires his skill first turn and gives energy, because Phoenix's skill gives energy, right here, if Phoenix fires first and gives energy to someone that's slower than him, that person also gets to fire their skill first turn. And so that can snowball very quickly, although it is completely random who Phoenix is going to give energy to. So it's not something to bank on, but it's something to think about. Am I close to 10-star Valkyrie? I mean, I need one copy. That's both close and also really far away. Daedric 8-star Phoenix is better in pretty much all cases. Once you have an 8-star Phoenix, no other horde can compare. Oh yeah, I was gonna do something. Do I have the money? Oh my god, I need 1 million gold? Ah. How many arena tickets to bet on Gran Legion? There are 2 rounds, and each round costs 100 tickets. Where am I going to get 160,000 gold? From there? Nope. From here, does this... Oh, I already got the gold. Ah... You should still have speed rune on Phoenix. Can a 5-star Phoenix kill a 6-star hero alone? Probably not. Yeah, okay. I'll spin 2. Okay, I only need to spin 1. I think Phoenix still wins that. Phoenix is faster, period. So all 3 Phoenixes will get to fire immediately. And so they'll fire at Mars. Each one is going to be doing stacking more damage to them. If Mars fires and... Oh. On the same team? I don't know that Mars is the best teammate though. There are probably better teammates. All right. I might not have enough flags for this. In fact, I'm sure I don't have enough flags for this. Yeah, Valkyrie is probably the second best hero in all situations. It's possible that 6 Phoenixes is the strongest team possible. However, that's, you know, for obvious reasons, not exactly viable. The funny thing about using Centaur and Medusa is Centaur needs to be slower. Because otherwise, Medusa needs to poison them with her skill before Centaur can do extra damage. Let me see. By nature, 1188. By nature, Centaur is slower, which is good. So if you're gonna, you can 7-star your Centaur, just don't level him too much higher than Medusa. You need to make sure that Medusa is faster. Daedric, yes. Oops. These moonstones are critical. They're super critical. There's just no other way you're gonna get them. Like every day that, or every, you know, opportunity you have to miss it is an opportunity for other people to get them and go faster than you. Phaser, what star level is that? Because if I had to choose one of those to replace with Ultima, it'd probably be Ripper. Alright, so I need to make 1 6-star and 2 9-stars. Where am I going to make a 6-star? Medusa. And where am I going to make a 6-star from? How about Swordmaster, Wolf Rider, Gerald? Does he wanna? Gerald, I don't have fodder. Swordmaster, I don't have fodder. Oh no, I used up my ogres. Is Bale coming out in Miracle Eyes? Pretty much no chance of that. Adrian, the thing about speed is you get more speed from the rune than you get from the artifact. So you should put speed rune, but then use Eye of Heaven because Phoenix does need hit rate. So my Phoenix, I have speed rune and I have Eye of Heaven. And the blood metal would be better, but I don't have it. Hi, Shashank. Trying to get a blood metal forever. Blood metal and Siren's Heart. I just am not having any luck getting. Did you get more 5 than 4? I wouldn't say it's odd, but I would say consider yourself lucky and roll with it. 2. I messed up by using up my ogres. How am I gonna make another 6-star? God. Mage, yeah, you can go ahead and use them in Secret Treasure. I have the buy order written up here. 5-star shards. I have undead. Ah. Okay, so Cursed One and a Spider. TK, absolutely not. Verthandi is so not even close to worth 8,000 gems. Not even in the slightest. Will she ever be worth 8,000 gems? Love advice? Oh, I have no love advice. I got lucky with my girlfriend. I mean, I don't think that's something I'm qualified to give advice on, to be honest. What? Ah. Alright, I got 3 Crow Archers, 1 Anubis. Anubis for Walnir. And Crow Archers for Gerald. Okay. I might be able to make a Gerald. Hi, Excalibur. Wow, I have so many of these things. Phoenix is not that easy to get. I mean, he's more common than Valkyrie and Dro, and probably more common than Shoot Mel. But certainly he's not easy to get by anything. I mean, Phaser, then yeah, go ahead and replace Saw, but long term, Vivienne's gotta go, Ripper's gotta go, so it's your call what you can and can't keep. I don't think I've ever made a 6-star Gerald before, by the way. Let me confirm that. TK Fishy, the best option is to dump Scarlet and dump Saw and try to find better people. You'd like to have a Heaven and a... You also don't have a... No, you have Phoenix. But you need a Heaven and eventually... I guess you have Saw, but you'd like a better alliance than that. Yeah, I've never made Gerald... Or I've never made a Gerald 6-star before. So filling in the gallery today. Unknown Trolling, I started about 35 minutes ago. How is the Chessia doing? Chessia wrecks friends bosses. She does so much damage to friends bosses. She also has been really helping me in Planet Trial, because now my Heaven and Hell Aura team is mostly complete, with the exception of Skuld 9-star, but the Heaven and Hell 10-star team is doing pretty well for me. Alright. A little bit of money, a little bit of rune dust. What was I looking for? I don't know, it was gold souls that I don't have enough of. Mars and Shude Mel, switch them for Scarlet and Medusa. Maybe don't switch Medusa. Medusa's still good. But if you switch Scarlet for... Wait, what's going on here? Actually, yeah, if you switch Scarlet and Shude Mel, you'll have an Unity aura. That would be solid. Doggies, I mean, that's a very silly question. Rulia or Vivienne is better. Early on, Rulia is better. Later on, Vivienne is better, but ultimately neither of them are endgame viable. Dylan, the best thing is probably bag space early on. After that, re-rolling Tavern Quests is a very good source of gold souls. Raul, I do take those questions on Instagram, but if you join my Discord and ask, a lot of other people can also help you with teams. But I'm not doing team screenshot advice today. Phoenix, Rithandi, Ripper, Freya, Luna. What is with people making Ripper their early 10 stars? Is he that common? I didn't think he was that common. I didn't make one until way late. Ripper is not good. Like, nobody will ever tell you that Ripper is a solid choice to make as an early 10 star. Nobody will tell you that. Freya as a first 10 is a great choice because Freya at 10 stars adds the ability to adds the energy reduction. She drops their energy when she fires her skill. Rulia, Monkey King, Tesla, Orphe, Hester, Rithandi. I mean, Orphe needs to go. Orphe's terrible. Period. There's no defense for Orphe. Medusa as a first 8. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, 8 star is not exactly a milestone. Easy to get 10 star. If you consider easy, Freya is relatively easy. Rithandi is relatively easy. Luna and Shude Mel are Luna is probably accessible because she's in the Soul Shop as well. Saw Machine is easy, but he's not exactly good at 10. Probably Luna and Freya and Rithandi are like the earliest ones that people can reliably get. Luna extra so because she's in the Soul Shop. Wow. Did Dro miss? She didn't silence my Phoenix or Ultima. Dro or Shude, who is better? I think that Shude Mel is better. In terms of what she can do in more situations. Dro is only really good versus clerics. And also only at 10 stars. Whereas Shude Mel is always good at all levels regardless of who you're fighting. 9 veg. Veg. Veg is okay for you. He's not a requirement because you have Monkey King. So I wouldn't say that Veg Vizier is super helpful for where you are. Oh my god. I miscalculated. Oh well. Corbin not worth it. Lindbergh isn't even as good as Mars. Because Mars is better, Lindbergh is not like... is not as crucial to get until he's like a second or third heaven. Dro better than Luna? Yes. Dro is better than Luna in pretty much all cases. Doggies, are you just... do you just really want to waste your guild points? Is that what it is? Are they just burning a hole in your pocket and you need to throw them away? Because you're not even like thinking of good uses for them. You just want to be wasteful. Ha! I have 1 guild point. Eric, you should always spin wheel. Oh, if you can't finish it, then don't. But you should be able to finish it if you're buying tokens now. Hester or Tesla? Probably Tesla first. Raul, for obvious reasons, I can't answer that now. I mean, I'll answer later tonight, but I cannot... There's no way that you will not eventually need all of these. You cannot have a 6 cleric team legitimately at 10 stars unless you're much, much more advanced in the game. Alright, Raul. I'll answer it later tonight. Sometime off stream. The guild thing on the screen. Can put it... here. Yeah, there's just no way that you can't want to level up all of your guild tech. If you have, I mean, if you plan to play Legion, I'm sorry, it's impossible for anybody in Legion to have 18 clerics at 10 stars. With that in mind, you must have another class. So why would you not want to spend on the other classes? Unless you don't play Legion and you don't play any mode other than using 6 clerics, but I would probably question your motivations for playing at that point. I can't show you my Legion team right now. Hi Ryan. Okay, Spebby, we have tested and defense break caps at 30. Since no enemy has 30 defense, it shows that defense break must work as a percentage rather than a straight 1-to-1 against their defense. I mean, I did a whole ton of tests against people where I would go and I would find someone. Wait, hold on. Where is it? 3 hours. Where I would find someone and I would challenge them. Ryan, all information is right here. So I would challenge them by using something like this. So what I would do is I would make a team of level 1s and a Reaper, and I would check Reaper's skill damage, and I would see how it would go up depending on how many people were dead. So I did that with someone, and it capped at 30 defense break, and since no person in the game has 30 defense, it means that it's not a straight... It doesn't matter what their defense is, it only matters the defense break increases your damage up to a max of 30 defense break. Nick, I would do Freya. Nick the Asian, huh? Vivienne, Tiger King, Puppet Maid, Orphe, Olivia, Aurelia. You gotta change pretty much all of that. There are no heroes in there that are endgame viable. Alright, Ultima, Wolnir, Shudmel, Medusa, Verthandi, Hester, Tiger King, Rillia. Bomber Boy, for what that is, that's the best that you have. Wolnir is going to be better than Tiger King and Rillia at 7 stars. Eric, you should not buy Secret Treasure anyway. Verthandi is not worth 8,000 gems. Grand Legion, oh boy. How many times do I have to explain Grand Legion? So Grand Legion takes the highest 20 power people, pits them against each other in 2 5-on-5 teams, and you bet on which side wins. You have 2 rounds to bet on a team of 5. I can't put it on screen. There's no picture of it. Is Chessia good at 10? Chessia is amazing versus Friends Boss. She's absolutely amazing. Let me see if I can show you. Let me find a weaker person. I don't have Planet Trial to show you, though. Planet Trial would be the best way. Do I have any places? Chessia better than Ripper against Friends Boss? I don't know about... Hi, Yo Man. That's an interesting name. Let me see if I can set up a team. I'm going to use our favorite friend Yedrius. Alright, so now this is not so different than a Friends Boss because he does very little damage. The downside is that it doesn't end in 15 rounds. Okay, let me make it last longer. But if you look at Chessia's damage against someone that doesn't do that much damage to you, Chessia can do similar to Ripper. Let me see if I can make this battle last longer, though. Just gonna add a whole bunch of healers. Hi, Bold. Let's see if this works. If I keep them silenced, it should last a really long time. And Shudmel, unfortunately, doesn't... Chessia died! That wasn't supposed to happen. Okay. Hold on, I can do that better. I can do that better. Penguin, yes, when you're done with Verthandis, buy Rune Dust. Or not Rune Dust. You can, well, you have a choice. You can either buy Rune Dust or Pet Food. Rune Dust comes from more places, and so it's better to buy Pet Food because Pet Food's a little bit more limited in where you can get it. But it really ends up being your call. Bold, I doubt it. Let's take a look. Can I win this without Phoenix? But here, look at this damage. Look at this damage. It's in the right situations, Chessia is amazing. But only in the right situations. She needs like a Skuld support, and she needs Tears of the Goddess. So yeah, she needs the right kind of support to keep her alive, because her goal is if she can fire her skill 2 or even 3 times, she's broken strong. But that doesn't always get to happen. All right, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. No, I'm not making it into Gran Legion. There are 23 people higher than me. 22, because I counted myself. I counted myself, so 22 people higher than me. Yo man, what language is that? Fernando, there are people with some very interesting teams out there. Raul, if you are on Android and you have access to a computer, if you auto-click every day, like here, if you click here, you get resource a little bit faster. If you auto-click every day, it's a significant bump in purple and gold every day, but otherwise, honestly, it's patience. Purple, both purple and gold are going to come heavily from the wheel event every 3 weeks. If you can finish this, you're going to get a significant bump in resources. Gold is just hard to come by. Is Zohan here? Zohan, okay. Pull Miracle? I'm not pulling Miracle. Let me see if I can beat that guy without using Phoenix then. Like, if I can really get good damage going. Pawnee. I don't actually know if I can win this, but we'll find out. So my goal is to do just enough damage to let Ripper and Chesia last as long as possible while still being able to win. Wait, why is... Oh, Phoenix. You saw there, Chesia just fired her second skill. That is a insane amount of damage that just came up. 10-star Reaper, Medusa, Veg, or Ultima. Alright, so here. So this is as little damage as I could do from everybody else while keeping these two alive. And you can see that Chesia comes out higher. Now, advantage means... Shoot. Advantage means that anybody does, I think, 20% extra damage against the correct faction. So Ripper, by nature, now does extra damage to... Alright, let me just get into a battle real quick. Ripper does only extra damage to Alliance. 30% extra damage and 15% accuracy against Alliance. And then Alliance, so that's how you read this. So Elf beats Undead, Undead beats Alliance, Alliance beats Horde, Horde beats Elf, and so on. And then these two do extra damage to each other. What is this address? Idankashai, you mean Chesia? I hesitate to recommend Chesia unless you are really, really equipped to use her. I don't think she's that good early on. Certainly not before you have Star Shards, Scold. Oh, Minotaur? Yes. Minotaur up to 9 stars is a great idea. He's a solid early tank and will do you very well, but not to 10 stars. Do I recommend Saw for lower level players? I wouldn't say I recommend him, but I don't say actively not to use him. I would say I actively recommend against using him at very high star levels, like 8 to 10, but at 5 to 7, I think he's fine. Yo, man, I'm very confused at what you're asking, to be honest. Alright, so, anyway, so as you can see, that team, Chesia has potential to do some crazy stuff. Alright, let me set that team back to what it was meant to be. Shoot, who was the third one? Here. Dylan, you can just dump Tiger King. You have Phoenix at 10 or 9. Okay. I hate that you can't just set the team. You have to fight with it to set the defaults back. Yo, man, Tiger is trash. I actually got to 117 here in this, and I asked Boomin for the frame, and he didn't give it to me because his friend played and beat it. Grr. Yo, man, you can replace it with really anybody. Tiger is terrible. Take it easy, Ryan. Thanks for watching. Fernando, you forget that Rithandi increases the whole damage of your team by 20%. Rillia 8 stars is also not very good. You don't need a tank at all because you have Phoenix. Phoenix can tank for you. Yeah, I'm upset at Boomin. Because apparently it wasn't him playing, his friend played, and he forgot to tell his friend to not do trial, and so I didn't get the frame. Yo, man, no, you don't need Rillia. So I have 3 of them. It's a long way away from getting all 5. When does the wheel event start? It should start in 3 days. In 70 hours from now. 69.5 hours. Is Tesla a good hero? Tesla is a mediocre hero. Hi, Cyber Hunter. Today is Monday, and the event always rolls over on Thursday. Bold. If I had to guess, I would guess it's gonna roll out like on the same week as Keys, so in like 2 weeks from now. Although I don't get it. So the Chinese servers have been able to pull Bale from Miracle Eyes all this time, right? And yet we can't because they didn't add him to our gallery. Huh. Amanda, you will barely be able to finish it. Just barely. Also, if you buy a few from Planet Trial, you'll be super safe. Maybe I should work on finishing my gallery. Michael, Medusa is a solid one. Ultima is probably a little bit better for... No, that's not true. Veg is probably better for Legion and Expedition. I love Vegvasir and Expedition. He doesn't die. Idankashai. How do I pronounce that? You can dump Saw and Minotaur at that point. Oh, so I said Minotaur to 9 stars for an early, for like as a growing team as a tank. But if you have Phoenix, Minotaur is 100% obsoleted. 100% obsolete. Cyber Hunter, I actually did a video on that. Let me see if I can find it. It's one of my earlier ones. Let me see here. It was a very early video, I think. Oh no, I don't have one for diamonds. Should I do one for diamonds? I have one for rare resources. Yeah, Raul, Phoenix is rare. Hi DK. Kator, Hester is a okay hero. She's not amazing, she's not terrible. She is viable to 10 stars though, which is more than can be said for a lot of people. And Spitz, why are you using... Wait. There are 2 SMs. One is Saw Machine, who is half viable as a tank. The other is Shud Mel, who is absolutely not viable as a tank. So you kind of have to when people say SM, there needs to be more context than that, because yo man, Rillia is terrible. At 10 stars, Rillia just dies. She does no damage. She doesn't survive. Let me see if I can find a 10-star Rillia to show you. Let us find a 10-star Rillia. Who's got one? Not you. What? Are people actually not using Rillia? Look at this guy. Look at this guy with his Scald. Okay, here we go. Here's a Rillia. This team is pretty bad, actually. Alright, let's see. What can I beat this with? Alright, so I'm gonna challenge him with this, which is, this is a nothing team. Can I go lower than that? I can go lower than that. Let's put in Vivienne. Dro is a solid healer, period. Anyway, you'll see that Rillia's life, she just melts. She's already at half. She's... How did Rillia do as a tank? She just died. She wasn't useful at all. So, no, Rillia's really not all that tanky. Perebel has been saying he quits all the time. Idankashai, Rillia's not a good healer. Period. And at 9 to 10 stars, you actually don't need a healer outside of Expedition. Oh wait, I actually have 1,000,000 power. Okay, let me be even weaker. How can I get weaker? How can I get weaker? Bloodtooth is naked, by the way. Michael, I didn't even play yet. I've just been... So does this win? This should win. I mean, I have high power, but I have also 3 assassins. Look at this. Look at this. What happened to Rillia? Where did Rillia's life go? She died. I beat him with 3 assassins. Oh, you poor guy. I beat him with 3 assassins. Ah, okay. Hold on. I can go weaker. I feel very bad for this guy, by the way. Hi, Nick. Where did Rillia's life go? This poor guy. I can't make a weaker Unity team than this. How would I make a non-Unity team? Anyway, so Rillia 10 stars is terrible. She's just straight terrible. Cyber best in general, yes, the best one is Horde. In general, Horde is the best, but you cannot afford to focus solely on Horde because you really need a little bit of everything. Do I use a poison team for friends bosses? Yes, I do. I messed up and I don't have the stuff ready, but... Come back, Crazy Bryce. This is my friends boss team. So Ripper does crazy. Ripper and Centaur is my poison. Chesia adds bleed. Hi, Aaron. Mars is just Mars. Mars does damage like crazy. And Verthandi is there. Verthandi and Phoenix buff up the rest of the team. Actually, I can do this. Because Verthandi does reflect damage. Idankashai, you are free to ask all questions, but if you really need, you can always come to Discord and ask all questions there. Juan, does that mean your friend has a gigantic beard? Aaron, I don't think you missed too much. Okay, so Cyber Hunter, shall I do a video on spending diamonds specifically? Oh, Discord, unfortunately, that trigger only works on... That only works on YouTube. Or Twitch, I mean, sorry. I don't have a moderator bot in YouTube. Yeah, Maro, it's Orphe, but that's okay. Orphe is fodder. I always need more fodder. Like, how else am I gonna make this Centaur 10 stars? I want to use a second 10-star Centaur in Friends Boss, because he's gonna be amazing. So here's the funny thing, is that Centaur does more damage than Ripper for Friends Boss. Is Walnir better than Orphe? Yes. Cyber Hunter, the basic goal is to have a team that has this aura, which uses one of each. one of all 6 factions. The reason for this is because of factional advantage, and because each hero will do 30% damage extra against some other type, and this gives you the ability to do bonus damage against any enemy. John Seed, I did not. Let me go to Reddit. What's Team Squad? Was it the one with 4 phoenixes? Which one am I looking at? The best Unity team? Right now, the best Unity team is... This is currently... No. This is probably currently the strongest Unity team. It's not necessarily the strongest team, because if you do some crazy stuff like this, or let me see, who would you put in there? I think Bold will tell you that he uses something like this and it does really well. But, you know, I can't even make teams like this. I think Ultima versus Tesla is really going to be a coin toss. Have I tried to eat porcupine? No. That seems like it would hurt. So something like this is probably right now the potentially strongest team in the game. Something to this effect. You have the potential to then, if you start throwing in duplicates, start throwing in this, throw in a second Valkyrie, or throw in a second Mars or something. Do I have another Mars? I don't have another Mars. But something to this effect is probably potentially the best team in the game. Idankashai, no, Saw is not a cleric killer because of 6x16 is 96. The best hero that can ever be found in the roulette event? Centaur? Probably Centaur. Take it easy, Bomber Boy. Thanks for stopping in. Idankashai, the reason that Saw is not really a cleric killer is simply because of this. Because clerics get a native plus 100 speed, which means that Saw Machine, with his 1189 speed, is now competing against... Not you. You, she gets plus 100, 1252. He is slower than... Mega is the slowest cleric in the game. And Saw Machine is 1249. 60 speeds slower than the slowest cleric in the game. So Saw Machine needs a speed rune just to beat Mega. And if Mega has a speed rune, he'll never beat anything. And I mean, Shudmel, you use speed. Dro, you use speed. Verthandi, you use speed. Phoenix, you use speed. So Saw Machine can never, ever be faster than any cleric in the game. So with that in mind, I'm at, you know, past probably 7 to 8 stars and higher, Saw Machine becomes completely useless. Now, the only reason that he would still have any function is that in In Den of Secrets, I can't show you this, but you will find that enemies in Den of Secrets and in Planet Trial are very slow. So even though they're super scaled with a 4 million power team, their people will all have like 900 speed. So Saw Machine is really good for trials. But if you want to make a character just for trials, that should by default be much lower priority. Cyber Hunter, I'll try and make a video on diamond uses. I don't think I can make I don't really want to make a whole new account, but I can do something. Yeah, please don't eat your dog. Or if you do, please don't tell me that you did it. I'm not gonna stop you from doing weird things on your own time, but please don't make me complicit. So, yeah, I've still wanted to eventually someday make a Saw Machine just to, you know, throw into trials because he has potential, and because for ones where they lock out Phoenix or Shootmel and all those, Valkyrie is the key, but I don't have Valkyrie, so why not use Saw Machine? Something to think about. Something to think about, but I don't have the resources to level up a Saw Machine to 250 right now. I also don't have the 2 copies. Explain what is Gran Legion. Gran Legion takes the top 20 people by power and pits them and their team, whatever they used, and actually they can change it. It pits this team against, it'll be 2 rounds of 5v5. It'll happen like you'll get a day to bet, 2 days for the competition for the first round, and then 1 day, and then 2 days for the next competition. So you bet on each round on the 5v5. If you bet, you get the participation bet, which is worth it. Hi Weeb. If you win the bet, you get more stuff. If you are in the Grand Legion and you win your fight, you get even more stuff, but that is rare. Yeah, I keep explaining Grand Legion. Okay, let me see. Can I type out Grand Legion? I don't think I can type it out in a way that people can read it. Phoenix has already been in Secret Treasure, actually. I don't think Verthandi ever has been, so think about that. Alright, let's see here. Am I a top player in the world? Depends what you define as top. I'm strong, but if you want to count me by like numbers, I'm probably not even in the top like 500 players in the world. And sadly, the reason for that is by the pure number of people that just spent $3,000, $5,000 on the game, they kill me. Okay, let's see. Gran Legion. The top 20 players in each cluster by their CE at time of Legion end are split into 2 rounds of 5v5, and you bet on, and in, let's type this here so that I can put this here. Okay, hold on. Let's put okay. Let me try and do this. Top 20 players by CE in each cluster are split into 2 rounds of 5v5, and you bet on either side in each round. Just by betting, you come up positive. Right? Something like this. Something like this. Idonkashai, the problem is that this game is very slow to incorporate new upgrades. I think their team is small and they're not trying to like make some huge changes or something. I don't know, but they're not really making big changes to the game right now. Maybe we need different staff. Cyber Hunter. In the store, I only buy wheel tokens for gems daily. That's all I buy. And everything else I buy for gold. So, since you get 400 gems daily for free, if you complete this, you get 100, 20, 20, 20. So that's 160. Plus, you watch these videos, 8 videos a day, 30 gems each. You get 400 gems for free every day. And then you just don't spend them. On my server, I'm probably top 5, top 3. Amanda, that's what we've been wondering. Bale was supposed to come out this week. During this chest event, it was supposed to be Bale. But since he didn't, most likely he's going to come out in 3 weeks. Most likely 3 weeks. I didn't hear about that glitch. I don't keep up with the Reddit. I just kind of skim the Discord every now and then, so I don't find out about the new things that people discover. But anyway, I mean, it's safe to say that 10 stars are a thing that should happen at some point in time, but nobody knows when, if or when. Oh man, just 3 more, huh? Let's see if I can get it. I got 1, 2. Oh, I got it right here. Okay, I'm good. Idonkashai, the events rotate in a fixed rotation every 3 weeks. Miracle, then keys, then wheel. Then miracle, then keys, then wheel, and so on. So it will always be those 3 over and over and over and over. We just kind of look forward to who the rewards are. And honestly, you only pay the most attention to who the final reward is for the keys event. This event right here, the hero chest event. This is the only one that matters because the best heroes will only ever be rewards in the key event. Miracle Eye gives an A tier reward. Wheel gives like a B to C tier, and keys are the only one that gives S tier. Mr. Prince, I actually don't. I used to watch Boomin' a bit. Not a lot, but every now and then. I mean, it's watching people say kind of the same stuff as me, to an extent. I tried to watch Regina. She says some interesting things. You got your Sem to 2 stars? Wow, you went from Ascended to 4 extra copies? Man, I don't even want to hear about your luck anymore. Like, I don't understand where it all comes from. Cyber Hunter, the thing is, everybody is stuck in this game. There's no such thing as having enough resources because you're going to be fighting for some resources always. Hi, Jobless. If you have too much gold, then it means you don't have enough purple. If you have too much, if you have too much purple, it means you don't have enough gold, and so on. Corbin, yes, there are auto clickers for iPhone. I really hesitate to recommend that only because you risk burning in your phone screen. If it's like an old phone and you play it on the lowest brightness and all that stuff, maybe it'll do okay, but I really think the risk is too high of burning out your phone. And also your battery if you leave it going. So yeah, it's doable. Not recommended, but it is doable. Has anyone heard of Tokidoki? Hi, Mert. I was at a sushi place the other day, and they gave out these. So Tokidoki does these unicorns, and so this is a sushi unicorn. This is like a little, this is just a microfiber cloth for cleaning like glasses and stuff, but I thought this was really cool because their unicorns are cool, and then it's sushi. I don't even know what Athalia's Sig does, to be honest. Mostly I just want to work on my Rosalind because I need 3 more copies to get her to Ascended. The best runes for Valkyrie, Ultima, Minotaur, Saw, Aurelia, and Medusa. I wouldn't worry about runes unless they're red 2 and it's an endgame hero. But Valkyrie, attack. Ultima, speed. Minotaur, don't care. Probably attack, but you don't really care. Saw Machine, attack, but again, don't really care. Aurelia, also attack, and again, don't really care. Those 3 don't really care too much because they're not worth taking to 10 stars. Medusa is speed. Do I recommend AFK Arena? I really enjoy it. Jobless, in order to bet, you need 200 arena tickets. So if you've been buying arena tickets for gold every day, and you buy them for gold in Planet Trial, you'll get a lot. Mert, if you have like an old phone, then I don't think the warranty matters too much. And isn't warranty generally like only 1 year or something like that? Cyber Hunter campaign is level locked. So it's not that I'm stuck, it's that I just can't go further. Nishan, you played AFK Cats and then you quit it like a week later. That was so sad. Yeah, Tavern gives you some too, here and there. So if you've been diligent about saving up Tavern or Legion tickets, then like this is absolutely the thing that's the most worth it to bet in. Corbin, you use them to bet in Gran Legion. Okay, I need to type that in the thing. Hey, Blackstar. Let me. Okay, here we go. Costs 100 arena tickets per round to bet. Oh shoot, it's too small! There. 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 Jobless, I kind of do. For early accounts, if you have VIP... Oops, not here. For early accounts, if you have VIP... Buying shards here for 50 gems per shot is worth it. When you catch up, you'll pass me so fast. I don't understand how I beat chapter 20 and you didn't. I don't understand. Your stuff is so much... You're so much stronger than me. Cyber Hunter, you are required to spin this twice a day just for daily quests. Like, spin the fortune wheel twice. You gotta spin it twice every day anyway. I'm also only 2 copies away from an Ascended Brutus, by the way. Corbin, the problem with Gran Legion is that because of the way that it works, there's 2 super strong teams, and depending on how they're organized, there's no guaranteed way because it's going to be different every single time. So if your 2 strong teams is positioned right to hit their weaker 2 teams, they're gonna lose, and that's almost completely random because there's no communication on who's putting their teams where. Yosef, Battle Fury is terrible. Lionheart is also terrible, but you can go ahead and use Lionheart. Jobless, no. Okay, so if you buy these for 30 gems each, that's expensive, as opposed to coming into the shop and buying them for 12 gems each. That's way better. Just buy this every day until Gran Legion to stock up. Christian, that's true. I haven't played Brawl Stars in a while. The new Hypogean unit, Volrath, he seems weird. I don't see how you can ever actually get his stuff to go off. Jobless, you have like 7 days. 6 days? You can buy 60 of these in time. And if you need, you can buy them for 15 here. You can also use all of your tavern tickets and get a bunch here. Even if you only bet once, you come out positive. It's worth it. You don't need to bet both times. Also in Planet Shop, but I only buy them for gold. If you buy them from Planet Shop, actually, they are after level 30. After level 30, it's 130 gems for a 10 pack. So really, you can buy a lot in the shops for way cheaper than 30th. Way cheaper than 30. I wish I could show you my Planet Shop right now, but I can't because it's not Planet Shop week. But you missed a lot, KJ. Jobless, no, you're thinking of regular Legion. Grand Legion is a special event that only comes every few months. Tips for AFK Arena players: only level up 5 people at a time. If you need to level up someone else, reset your people and level up someone new. You get all resources back, 100% of resources back, and it only costs 20 gems. Oh shoot, I moved everything. Why did everything move? Come back down here. Be careful with who you ascend past Elite Plus. The best thing to buy with Legion points, Miracle Eyes, hands down. Only Miracle Eyes, nothing else. What's up, Teddy? Tips on how to save keys: don't spend them. The best place to buy them is in the Planet Shop. After level 65, you can get 10 for 120 or for 1,250 gems. That's a lot of gems, but it's really, really cheap for a key. Because regular price for a key is 150 gems. If you really have, like, you really want to pull the key event and you have gems to spare, you can buy this. This is the second cheapest way to get keys, but this is very expensive unless you put a lot of money into the game and have enough gems to do it. So I would rather go slow and not buy these, but if you're like just a little bit away from finishing a key event, it's worth it to buy these. Like me, I'm very close. I need, what, 42 keys to be able to finish a key event. So if key event was next week with a really good hero, I'd probably start buying those. But 32? No, 42. It's 410. The key event is 410. Splits, sorry. If you have 200 keys, you're doing pretty good. Just keep saving. Just always skip the key event until you can finish. Oops. Corbin, what VIP are you? Because, oops, where is it? It's here. Because depending on what VIP you are, you do get a lot extra gems from... I don't buy any gem cards right now. I haven't put money into the game for a little bit. Weeb, I have 4 copies of Aaron. I kind of want to work on him, but I have 5 copies of Kaz, and I want to work on her too. So I'm debating who I do after Nemora. It'll probably be either Aaron or Kaz. Kenneth, sometimes it may be every 3. Is the monthly card a must-have? It's not a must-have. I mean, if you just want to spend a little bit on the game every now and then, monthly card is the best thing to buy. Splits VIP 3 is the best place to stop. At VIP 3, it unlocks the 10 spin, I think. Oh, no, VIP 2 unlocks it too. VIP 3 gives you extra tavern quests. It gives you 1 more event purchase. It gives you a ton of backpack space. Battle skip, you don't need. But VIP 3 really is the safest place to stop because this is like $30. And the tavern, getting extra tavern quests every day is huge. It is huge. Is Lindbergh better than Verthandi? Yes. Weeb, am I farther than you in Wilder Campaign Tower? I think I'm at... Let me look. I think I'm at 73. That's not focusing. Yeah, 73. Mert, I'm not sure the 2 monthly cards finishes it, does it? I guess it does. Yeah, 2 VI. Hi, Nitesh. I'm doing pretty good in King's Tower, actually. I think I passed you on almost all of them, except for maybe Light. I'm at 70 in Light Bearer. Is Mega any good? Mega is good early 5 to 6 stars. He's very, very strong. After that, he's terrible. New code? No, there's no new codes. Codes are very, very unreliable, or they're very slow. Oh, same level in Light Bearer. And you have like a mythic Lucius. Hi, Matt. Oh. Matthew. Yes, hi. So Kenneth, the thing about that is really it's very hard to convey, but that Ashar's list is for end game. That's assuming that everybody's got Valkyrie, Dro, and Skuld. If you don't have those three, Medusa is better. But when you start reaching that point, then okay, I can see Scarlet being better. Because at that level where you have the top heroes, crowd control is no longer as important. The best 10 star that has a 4 star. What are you doing? There's only 3, right? There's only Mega and Rillia and Werewolf, I believe. I believe there's only 3. And they're all terrible, but probably Werewolf. Splits, I'll probably be on for another 20 to 30 minutes. Not that much longer. Dwee, no. No. Don't buy for 8,000. Buy for 2,000 today, this week, if you really, really want one. You can't stack monthly cards, but if you buy 2, they will go on month after month. When one expires, it will immediately unlock the next one. But I don't believe you can buy multiple to have, only one active at a time. Oh, there's no AFK pushing today. I think I already played it and did all my dailies today. Also, I want to do that thing where you wait 3 days before finishing a story level. Because I beat 21-4 today. And I got a Mythic Plus Mage upgrade equipment and a legendary Sig upgrade item. The red ones. So I'm gonna wait 3 days before doing every single story level now. It's gonna be very slow. Andrew, Minotaur at 5 star is an amazing tank. Try to take him to 6 and go all the way to 9. If you can. The 3 worst 10 stars. Let me think. Mega. Rillia and Orphe? Probably Orphe. Dizzy Awana is there too. I'm not sure who does more damage, Orphe or Dizzy Awana. That one's a tough one. One of those is the worst. Like Werewolf actually has potential because as an assassin, he still does very high single target damage versus even the person with the lowest HP. So he's good for finishing people if you really, really desperately need that. Mega is bad. Slowest cleric in the game and he does no damage. Although he's got this weird crit mark, but it's like his attack stat is low, his HP is low, he's very squishy. What app do I use on my PC? I use something called Nox Player. I've never played Minecraft. Is that something I could play? I don't feel like that's something that I'd be good at. Maybe like a story mode version of it. But really, I can't do so much PC gaming until I get a second monitor. That's why I've been sticking to like emulators like Pokemon. Somebody asked me if I was gonna play like League. I hesitate to do League, but I like the idea that I could... My computer can handle it. I just don't have room for a second monitor to play and read like chat or anything. Kenneth, Werewolf is bad. Werewolf's not good. Don't use him. I said he's the best of the 3 terrible 10 stars that come from 4 stars, but that doesn't mean he's good. So no, don't use him. Like Orphe, Werewolf, Mega, Tiger King, and Grand are basically trash tier. These 5 are pretty much trash. Don't use them. And that's a lot of people, is like Gerald, Dziawana are trash tier. Detlef is trash tier. So is Ripper. Like Wolf Riders, Abyss Lord, Medusa, not Rillia, Lexar. I don't like Bloodtooth. But some people may like him. Martin's trash, Mulan is trash, Samurai is trash. Vivienne is trash for endgame. Jobless, I wanted to do that, but I wouldn't be able to keep up. Also, same problem is I would burn in my phone having it on for like an hour straight. So I can't do it. I wanted to, but I can't do that. So maybe if I get like a second... What if I got like a tiny monitor? Could I do that? Like, could I get like a 15-inch screen and then make the res really small so that I could see everything? This desk is not good for... No, a tablet is the same burn-in problem. Monitors are better for that. I want to get a desk that has a room for a second monitor. I really do. But I don't really have the money for that right now. Or the space. I don't know where I would put it. I don't know what I would do with this desk. I have a lot of stuff on this desk. 14,000 dust off a 200 team. I still need one more person to hit 200, but I need... How much do I need? Wait, you need 14,000? What do you need? 25,000, right? It's 25,000 to hit a 200 team, and I need... I need 11,000. Why is Vivienne trash? Because at the highest level, she's a waste of space. She gives you great healing, but she does no damage. She offers no potential other source of anything. No crowd control, no debuffs, no nothing. Just pure healing. And that's not good enough. You need... Because you're limited by only 6 people, you can't use someone that's basically a waste of a space. If you look at Shud Mel and Dro, who are the other 2 MVP healers, I mean, Shud Mel obviously offers silence. Dro offers silence. Skuld offers cleansing, the debuffs from your team, plus a revive. Compare that to Vivienne, who has none of that. How far am I from an ascended team? Good night, Idankashai. Manish, there's only 2 rounds. Alright, Weeb, if you beat 2040, you're done. You'll beat the whole chapter. It's really easy after 2040. Saw vs Tesla vs Ultima. I would take Ultima. Yeah, 2040 was the only hard level. You'll go all the way up to 21.4, and then 21.4 is a crazy wall. Super crazy wall. Hi, Divyanshu. How close am I to an ascended team? Hold on. I need 2 Grezuls, 2 Brutuses, or 3 Rosalinds. Any 2 of those 3. Or let me see, what else am I close to? Like Nemora, I'm set. Rosalind 1, Brutus 2, Grezul 2. I'm pretty far off of a full ascended team, but dust is a problem anyway. No, Divyanshu, I'm discussing why Vivienne is bad late game, because her healing is not significant enough to make up for her lack of any other source of damage or any other abilities. Actually, my throat is starting to hurt, so I might call it for tonight. Tomorrow will be Pokemon. I really gotta play that training. Take it easy, Splits. My Athalia has Junk Cure, because I don't use her. Although I did fodder my Arden, so my Arden is bad. I'm using a rare Arden now. By the way, and that rare Arden beat 21-4 for me. Verthandi, Medusa, Orphe, Freya, Rulia, Vivienne. Should you replace? Manish, it's gonna depend on your cluster. I can't tell you who's gonna win because it's completely different for everybody. You can only bet on you can see their teams. You can see the front 2 teams, and you can decide who's gonna win. You can also assume that most of the time they're gonna have a Phoenix. So if they don't show the Phoenix, then they have a hidden Phoenix on their 3rd team. But it depends on your cluster. I don't know how strong your cluster is. Alright, so I would use Vegasir over Rulia and Hester over probably Orphe. As far as replacing Verthandi with Lindbergh, yeah, you could do that. But be aware that if you can't get Lindbergh to 9, you may eventually have to go back to Verthandi because she's easy to get to 9 and 10 stars. Nishan Thane is really good, but I think he needs to be a little bit he needs to be leveled up decently for him to go crazy. Like higher than 161. Okay, Crozy, this is a point of contention. So, in some cases, it wastes both revives on Phoenix. Scold's revive is used on Phoenix, and it also cancels his own. In some cases, it uses Phoenix revives first, and someone else revives with Scold. And in some cases, Scold dies and someone revives later in the battle. It's very inconsistent and it's very hard to test. But the default worst case is that it wastes both revives at the same time. And that does happen. Where is it? Weeb, I saved all of my stuff. This was my team for 2042. Pretty much the same team beat everything, by the way. I saved all of my screenshots. But yeah, I gotta, you know. So I beat everything with that. L is probably fine if he's 180. Raul, I've spent probably about $200-300 in the game in maybe 19 months. I mean, as long as Brutus is 180, he survives for 8 seconds. That's the only thing that matters, is that he survives for 8 seconds while Arden and Nemora lock down from the back, and then Chimera kills everything. I mean, you can clearly see Brutus's damage is not my main goal. My main goal is to have him stay alive until Chimera kills everybody else. He usually dies in the first 15 seconds or so. Raul, it comes down to saving. It comes down to knowing how to play and knowing, like, here, I have 100 Miracle Eyes. I'm not going to pull them. I'm going to wait for a hero. The event will come, and I'll be like, I don't want the hero. I'm going to save. If you can save like that and not be tempted to just spend everything as soon as you get it, like these keys, like I could go and I could be like, oh, I'm in a bad mood. I really want to pull something, and I just pull 10 keys. That would be a terrible idea. That would be counterintuitive to everything that this game is about. So if you can learn to just sit there and stare at this until it's time to actually pull them, then you'll do great in this game. Manish, if you want to buy them from the shop, only buy these for 12 to 15 tokens each, or gems. If you buy this 12 times and bet 200 tickets, you will end up positive. You will end up positive. I guarantee it. Divyanshu, I'm gonna pull. You always pull wheel. Always pull wheel. I don't care about the Orphe. You don't care about the hero. You really don't. All that matters is the elite key, which is also trash usually, and the massive amounts of resources, getting like 60 million purple, or 60 million gold, and like 20 million purple. That's what you want. That's the huge plus. The counter to Farael is to charm him with Nemora. Just keep retrying until Nemora charms him and they get the first shadows on. And they get the first shadows that hit their team, and then you kind of bank it on RNG there. Do you need to be 120? Oh yeah, 121 to get the max wheel. You kind of hold yourself back a little bit by waiting to pull the wheel until 121, but it's... If you can survive without all the resources, do it. It's not a terrible idea. Okay. I think that'll be it for me tonight. I want to go get some food. Good night, everyone. Tomorrow, like I said, will be Pokemon. And then I don't have anything going on Wednesday, so maybe Wednesday can be Team Critique? Maybe. Raul, wheel, you don't care, so always pull wheel. Keys, wait for a good hero. Miracle is 50-50. You can wait for a good hero, but it's never going to be someone super amazing, so you can just pull if you need fodder. But keys are the most important to save until you can complete the event. Always save to complete the events, but just save the resources. Alright guys, I will see you tomorrow if you watch Pokemon. Otherwise, Wednesday I will, depending on how Pokemon goes tomorrow, Wednesday I may do a Team Critique video, or I may do a Team Critique stream instead. So let me see how things go. Alright, that's me. I'm out. See you next time.